Welcome to this tutorial where we're gonna review how to define the format of the SSCC using the number sequence extension feature. Before we get started by the application side, let's review a quick overview about the serial shipping container code, or the SSCC.
Meet Ben. He started a jam making business and now it's thriving. Because his jams are so popular, a major retailer has asked him to start supplying his products to them. Due to the large orders they've placed, Ben will have to transport cases of his jam to the retailer on pallets. Ben already identifies his jars and cases of jam with GS1 barcodes and numbers. And now Ben will have to use GS1 barcodes and numbers for all his pallets too. By using the company prefix that he licenses from GS1 Ireland, Ben can create a unique serial shipping container code, or SSCC, for each one of his pallets. The SSCC is then encoded in a specific barcode called a GS1 128. Retailers may ask for additional information to be included in the barcode, such as batch numbers and expiry dates. Ben prints these barcodes on labels and applies them to each of his pallets before they leave his factory. There's a standard format for these labels, called a GS1 logistics label, which retailers around the world use. The retailer might also ask Ben for an EDI dispatch advice message. This is an electronic message that provides all the details of Ben's shipment and all the goods it contains. Ben sends the dispatch advice and the shipment directly to the retailer, or more commonly, to their distribution center. When the shipment arrives, the barcode on each pallet is scanned and the SSCC is matched to the dispatch advice. This allows the retailer to update their systems and to store the goods quickly and accurately, which makes it easier for them to then distribute the goods to their shops. Ben can use this same process when he sells to other retailers. And retailers can use the same fast and reliable receiving process for all their suppliers. It means everyone has a precise record of everything that is shipped and received. This is how GS1 standards help every supplier and retailer to automate their supply chains, which is why over 2 million organizations globally use them. To see how GS1 standards can help you, contact us today.
The SSCC, or the Serial Shipping Container Code, is the GS1 identification key that is used to identify the logistic units. The logistic units could be any combination of units that put together for transport and or for the storage purposes. So this could be carton, case, pallet, or any other shipping or storage units that are used in the warehouse. So just to make it simple, we could say the SSCC labels are used to provide all the information you need presented in one label on the outside of your pallet or container to provide the visibility and traceability through the supply chain. The SSCC is an 18 digits that combined of several parts. The SSCC could start by an application identifier 00 to indicate that this is an SSCC. Then we have extension digit of 1 digit that is used to increase the capacity of the serial reference, and it could be used to determine the logistic unit type, like whether it's case or pallet. Then we have the GS1 company prefix, and this is a globally unique number that is provided by the GS1 organization to their members. Then we have the serial reference, and this is just a number sequence that is allocated to identify the logistic unit. At the end, we have 1 digit for the check digit, and simply the check digit is a way that is used for the data integrity and error validation that is performed by a calculation formula to ensure that the value is correct. This is an example of SSCC, and here we can see the combined length of the extension digit plus the GS1 company prefix, and the serial reference is always 17 digits. So it's 17 digits plus 1 digit for the check digit, so it's 18 digits. It's important to mention that the GS1 company prefix could be a range from 7 to 9 digits. So looking at these two labels, we can see in the first label that the GS1 company prefix is 7 digits. So we have 9 digits available for the serial number. However, in the second barcode, the GS1 company prefix is 9 digits, so we have only 7 digits available for the serial reference. But at the end, it's 18 digits in both labels. We're gonna define the SSCC formatting in 4 steps. First, we'll specify the GS1 company prefix in the warehouse management parameters. Then, the extension digit that represents the packing type in the unit sequence group. Then, concerning the serial reference and the check digit, they will be managed through the number sequence extensions. And finally, we're gonna link the format to the number sequence. To specify the GS1 company prefix, I'll navigate to the warehouse management module, setup warehouse management parameters. Then here underneath the company information, I'm gonna specify the GS1 company prefix as 25059091. Then save. To define the check digit that represents the packing type, I'll navigate to the warehouse management module, setup warehouse, then unit sequence groups. Here I have a unit sequence group for the each case and pallet, and here we can see that we can specify a check digit for the license plate packing type for every unit of measure. So here, for example, 0 will represent the case, 2 will represent the pallet, 3 will represent the eaches. Now we are ready to define the SSCC formatting through the number sequence extensions. I'll navigate to the warehouse management module, setup, then number sequence extensions. Here in the number sequence extensions, we can define the formatting manually. Then we can use here from the available segments, like we can define constant value, number sequence, prefix, application identifier, packing type, check digits, and so on. Or we can create the default setup. So I'll click here, create default setup, and this will create default setup for bill of lading and 3 formatting for the SSCC. So this one has application identifier, like we can see, this one without application identifier, and here we have a fixed packing type. So I'm gonna use this one with the application identifier. So here we can see the application identifier is 00. Then we have the packing type P. P will be replaced as per the digit that's specified in the unit sequence group. Then here we have the GS1 prefix that retrieved from the warehouse management parameters. Then here we have the number sequence. I'll keep the number sequence 9. Then we have the check digit that will be calculated automatically. When you're finished, just click save. Now we can link the extended formatting of the SSCC number sequence to a standard number sequence. So I'll navigate to the warehouse management module, setup warehouse management parameters, then number sequences. As of now, we can link the extended number sequences to 4 types of standard number sequences. So this could be linked to the license plate ID, container ID, wave label ID, or the bill of lading. So let's scroll down and select the bill of lading, for example. Then here in the number sequence extension, we can select from the extended number sequences. So I'm gonna link this one to the bill of lading. Then I'll scroll down to the wave label ID. Then I'll select here the SSCC with application identifier. Indeed, this could be linked to the license plate ID or the container ID as per the business process and the required shipping labels of every organization. The shipping labels somehow have a standard formatting, however, it might vary across the organizations in the level of the required information on the shipping labels according to the organization industry. So for example, for the food and beverage or the chemical industries, you must highlight the batch information like the expiration date on the shipping label. However, this is not required in other industries. In Dynamics 365 Supply Chain Management, you could print SSCC labels in different ways, but in this demo, we're gonna print the SSCC label using the Wave Label feature, and another detailed video will be released on how to configure and print shipping labels using the Wave labels. In this demo, we're gonna print the shipping labels of mixed pallet that contains different cases. It's required to print a unique SSCC for every carton and another one for the mixed pallet. Here on the left side, we have the SSCC shipping labels of the case or carton level. So here we can see the address information like ship from, ship to, carrier information, carton information, like this is the carton number 1 of 2, item information like the item ID, the item description, the G10 barcode, and we have the SSCC barcode. Then here on the right side, we have the SSCC for the mixed pallet. So here we can see also the address information where the items have been shipped or bagged, total weight. Then we have the item information, items inside the mixed pallet. So here we can see the item code, item name, quantity, unit of measure. Then we have the SSCC for the mixed pallet. I've created the sales order that contains 2 cases from the USB-C to lighting cable and 1 case of the USB-C charger. Then the inventory has been reserved and now we are ready to release this sales order to the warehouse. So here in the warehouse actions, I'll click release to warehouse. Right now, the shipment will be created. However, the actual picking has not been started and the shipping labels will be printed. So the shipping labels will be printed before the actual picking initiated. So here I'll navigate to the virtual ZPL printer. Here we should have 3 cartons and 1 mixed pallet. So here we can see this is the mixed pallet. Here we can see the items. So here we have 2 cases of the lighting cable, 1 case of the charger. Then we have 3 carton. This is the carton number 1 of 2, and we have another carton 2 of 2 from the lighting cable, and we have another carton for the charger.